Good morning, student. I Purnima welcome you to my class, and we are going to continue in our video class the same poem Amanda. So once again I revise the important point, okay, and then we will continue with the poem. So student, first of all, Amanda is the poet who composed the poetess who composed this poem is Robin Klein. Her full name is Robin McMurphy Klein. She was an Australian author of books for children, and as I told you, she was born on 20th February 1936 in New South Wales and now resides near Melbourne. She had her first short story published at the age of 16. Several of her books had been listed for CBCA Children's Book of the Year Award. Hating Alison Ashley, Halfway Across the Galaxy, Turn Left, and Boss of the Pool are some of her famous writing. Now children, coming back to the central idea of the poem or the message of the poem. Here in this poem, the writer wants to say that the greatest wealth that a child wants to possess is his or her freedom. And the thing that he or she never likes is the constant nagging. So children, what does a child doesn't like? He or she doesn't like constant nagging, unwanted instruction by the parents, and even overprotection by their parents. Amanda is the story of a young girl who is constantly controlled and instructed to do one thing or the other by her parents. Every child wants to enjoy the dreamy and romantic world of his or her childhood. She doesn't want to cut the romantic and fascinating world of her short. Any kind of instructions or interference curtailed her freedom. She doesn't want to be denied chocolate and wants to sit and behave exactly as she wants. She would rather indulge in fantasy than clear her room or her shoes. She wants to postpone growing up. She wants to remain a child for just a little bit longer. Now children, I will be telling you the important points of the poem that Amanda, okay, childhood is a period of fantasies. So this is our poem is beginning with this idea. Childhood is a period of fantasies. Fantasies means to children to create imagination, to build imagination, and that imagination will get stronger and stronger every moment. So childhood is a period when children indulge in fantasies, but then they start growing up, their parents expect them to behave more responsibility. So children, when they grow up, their parents expect them to behave more responsibility. Parents start nagging and giving instruction at every step. Every step parents start nagging and give instruction at every step. Children don't want to be instructed and guided the way their parents want. Children don't want to be instructed, and children, they don't in fact want to be guided by their parents like the way the parents want. They feel that their freedom is being curtailed. If parents keep on nagging, their children escape to the dreamy world of fantasies. They don't want to come out of this fanciful world so early. Amanda is biting her nail. So Amanda, her mother asks her not to do so. Nor does the mother want that she should hunch her shoulder down. She wants her to sit straight. So Amanda, children, she keeps on biting her nail sometime, and she sits like that, drooping her shoulder at one side. So definitely children, mother, if she will see, she will definitely tell her not to do that, and which is not like Amanda. Mother wants that she should sit straight. Amanda seems to be drooping her body towards one side. Her mother wants her to adopt a right posture and sit up straight. Amanda doesn't bother. Amanda doesn't bother what her mother wants. She is lost in her dreamy world. She imagines as if she were in a queer emerald island. There is no one there except her. There she moves around freely and blissfully like a mermaid. So children, Amanda, at first she started herself imagining to be a mermaid. She feels that she is lost in a dreamy world. She imagined as if she were in a quiet emerald island. Emerald is a green color island. There nobody is there except her, and she imagined herself that she is floating like a mermaid, blissfully and freely. Meanwhile, children, when the mother sees she is lost in the thought, she again gives her instruction. Amanda mother asks if she has finished her homework. She asks if she has made her room tidy or not. Amanda has not cleaned her shoes yet. Her mother has already asked her to clean her shoes. Now, children, few instruction was given to Amanda by her mother. First of all, the mother asked her if she had done her homework. Then she asked her if she has cleaned her room, she had made her room tidy or not, and if she has cleaned her shoes yet. Okay, so her mother, she used to ask her what work she has done, and here Amanda is children doing daydreaming. She is busy in daydreaming. Well, Amanda doesn't like lot of nagging interference by her parents. Now she doesn't want to be instructed at every step. She wants to lead her own kind of life. She prefers to be an orphan. Now she is preferring that she is an orphan. Orphan means the parents who has lost their parents. The children who has lost their parents. This means orphan. So she prefers to be an orphan, roving aimlessly around the street. Nobody will tell her now not to do this, not to do that. She wants to walk over the soft dust with her bare feet. She knows that mother will never allow to take children walk with bare feet outside. So she is imagining that she is an orphan, and she wants to walk over the soft dust with her bare feet. She wants her bare feet leaves pattern or designs on the dust. She wants to lead a silent and peaceful life. She wants to preserve her freedom. It is the sweetest thing in her life. No chocolate. Amanda's mother instructed her that not to eat chocolate because she was having acne in her face. She must remember that she has acne. Eating chocolate will harm her. Eating chocolate can create problem for her. Amanda doesn't bother what her mother says to her. So this was one of the very bad habit of Amanda, that she never used to bother at what her mother is saying, nor does she look at her mother when she is giving her instruction. The mother expects her to look towards her while she is speaking. And children, not only that, she never looks at her mother when mother is speaking to her. Okay, she looks her whereas, and the mother is annoyed with this attitude of child, as she expects the child that whatever she is speaking, the child, that is Amanda, should look towards her. Amanda becomes Rapunzel. Now children, again Amanda doesn't care what her mother is telling or what instructions she is giving. Again she is lost in her dreamy world. She imagined herself as Rapunzel living in a lonely tower. Now children, what she started believing? She started believing as Rapunzel living in a lonely tower. In that tower, life is free from all cares. It is rare peace and tranquility that prevails there all the time. Now in that tower, a rare peace and tranquility. What is the meaning of tranquility? Tranquility means children, very peaceful. Okay. So tranquility means peaceful that prevails there all the time. She is proud of her beautiful hair as Rapunzel was. She will certainly never let down her bright hair like her. So, children, at first, Amanda started believing, she was lost in her dream and she believed that she is a mermaid. Second time, she believed that she is an orphan, and now she is believing that she has become Rapunzel and she is in a tower. She where peaceful and tranquility prevails there. She is proud of her beautiful hair as Rapunzel was. She will certainly never let down her bright hair like her. Mothers find her moody. Now children, when mother see the attitude of Amanda, she feels, Amanda's mother asks her not to sulk or feel unhappy anymore. She feels that Amanda is always moody and keeps on behaving like that. She must stop sulking and feeling unhappy. Otherwise, people will think that Amanda is unhappy because her mother is always nagging her. So children, these were the important point of the lesson. So the little girl Amanda is seen is biting her nails. Her mother asks her not to do it. Amanda is putting her shoulder down to one side. Her mother asks her to lift up her shoulder and adopts the right posture, which is not liked by Amanda anymore. Amanda seems to be stopping on one side. Her mother asks her to sit up straight. Amanda doesn't bother what her mother says. She is lost in a world of dreams and fantasy. So first what she imagined herself to be a mermaid, where she lives peacefully in emerald sea all alone. And she is moving all around freely and blissfully like mermaid. Amanda mother asks if she has finished her homework and she has made her room tidy and clean. Amanda mother reminds her that she instructed her to clean her shoes and she hasn't done so. Amanda doesn't care a bit what her mother is saying. Again, she is lost in the world of dream. And what does she become this time? She imagines herself to be an orphan. Okay, she prefers to be an orphan than living such a life. She wants to roam around the street freely and aimlessly. She wants to walk on the soft dust with her bare feet. The pressing of the feet will create design on the soft dust. She loves silence. She loves peace and tranquility. She loves freedom. Okay, she is believe that this is the sweetest thing, and then she values all this thing in her life. Again, Amanda's mother stopped her from eating chocolate. She must remember that eating chocolate might cause her some problem. Her mother reminds her to observe good manner. She must not look the other way when her mother is speaking to her. Again, Amanda ignores her mother. She imagines herself as Rapunzel living in a tower where there is a reign of peace and tranquility. Amanda is proud of her beautiful hair and would not let them down like Rapunzel. Amanda's mother calls her moody. She asks her to stop being sulky and unhappy at once. If she remains unhappy, people will think that her mother has been nagging her. So children, this was all about all the main points about Amanda. Now I am going to explain the poem. Okay. So stanza, first I will read the poem and then I will do the explanation part. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. There is a languid emerald sea where the sole inhabitant is me, a moment drifting blissfully. Did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. I'm an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my husband's bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. Don't eat that chocolate, Amanda. Remember your acne, Amanda. Will you please look at me when I'm speaking to you, Amanda? So one stanza you can see is spoken to her by her mother, and the other is written about Amanda. I am Rapunzel. This is spoken by Amanda. I have not a care. Life in a tower is tranquil and rare. I will certainly never let down my brain right here. Stop that sulking at once, Amanda. You are always so moody, Amanda. Anybody would think that I nagged at you, Amanda. Okay. So, children, now I will be explaining you one by one the stanza explanation, and I will be writing the new word meaning on the board. So, children, first is bite. hunch. Slouching. So children, this is some of the important and new word meaning. Bite, to twirl something with the help of teeth. Hunch is lower down. Slouching is bending down. Straight is upside or erect. Okay, so the mother is saying to Amanda. So here children, the instruction is given by mother to Amanda. What she is telling? She is telling, don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't put your nails in your mouth and bite down. Don't hunch your shoulder. Hunch is lower down. She is telling you are always lowering down your shoulder. So don't do that. Don't hunch down your shoulder. Don't lower down your shoulder. Stop that slouching. What is the meaning of slouching? Bending down. Stop bending down your shoulder and sit up straight, Amanda. And what the last instruction was given to Amanda by mother, that to sit straight. So what Amanda is doing, what mother is telling to Amanda in the stanza 1, children, here I refers to mother. You can write it. I refers to mother. Don't bite your nails, Amanda. Don't hunch your shoulders, Amanda. Stop that slouching and sit up straight, Amanda. So mother is telling to Amanda, don't put your nails in your mouth every time and bite them. And don't lower down your shoulder, Amanda. Stop biting down and sit up straight. Okay. So the person who is talking to Amanda is her mother. Okay. The person who is talking to Amanda is her mother. Amanda is biting her nails. She is keeping her shoulder down. She should sit upright or erect. So children, this is all about Amanda. Now I will be telling you about stanza 2. First I will write the new words of stanza 2. So student, these are some of the difficult word. Languid means calm, emerald means a green precious stone, soul only one person, mermaid a maid with a tail of a fish, and happiness. So now children, I am going to explain the second paragraph. There is a languid ambrosia. Now children, in the first paragraph mother is giving the instruction. Second paragraph, what Amanda is thinking. So she is thinking that there is a calm green with a green color sea surrounding the island. There is a calm island, okay, and she is there where the sole inhabitant is me. Children, inhabitant means dweller, the person who lives, and she's telling she is the only one who lives in this island. So this is a languid means calm. There's a calm island with a greenish color sea around it, and she's the only one who is living there in the island. And a mermaid drifting blissfully. Now children, Amanda is imagining herself as a mermaid where she is drifting, moving leisurely, okay, and blissfully. She is in a state of a happiness, okay. So Amanda is lost in her imagination and doesn't bother what her mother is instructing her to do. She imagined herself at a small island where the sea is calm and looked greenish like an emerald. She imagined that she is the only person who is the inhabitant of the island. That means who lives in the island alone. And there she would drift around blissfully like a mermaid. Drift is moving leisurely. What is the meaning of drift? Okay, moving leisurely. So children, Amanda imagined herself to be on a lonely island surrounded by the sea. The sea is very calm and the water is greenish like an emerald. She wants to roam around freely like a mermaid. And children, she's a mermaid is a mythical character having its upper part like a girl and the lower part like a fish. I hope you have seen mermaid in the movies or in the comic world, where children, you know, the upper part of that the whole body is will be of a lady, the head portion below the waist, above the face, and lower waist will be like the tail of the fish. And she is believed to be very beautiful with long hair, and she drifts here and there, okay, moving leisurely in the sea. So children, this was in now in first paragraph it is an instruction given to her by her mother, and the second stanza, children, what Amanda is imagining. She doesn't want that the parent should interfere. She doesn't want to be nagged by the parent. Now I am coming to the third stanza, and again I will be writing the new words. Okay. So did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. So here only one word is difficult, and I think it is not very difficult. I also tidy, to clean up. Okay. So tidy means, children, to clean. Tidy means to clean. Okay. So children, now the mother is again asking Amanda, have you finished your homework? Have you done your work? Amanda, have you made your room clean and tidy, Amanda? I think I told you to clean your shoes, but you have not cleaned them up. So the speaker here is Amanda's mother. She asked Amanda if she has finished her homework, okay, and clean her room and clean her shoes. Her mother asked if she has made her room neat and tidy, and her mother had already asked her to clean her shoes. But children, let's see what Amanda has to say. She is not replying anything, okay. is rather what she is saying. She is saying that I'm an orphan roaming the street. I'm an orphan roaming the street. I pattern soft dust with my hushed bare feet. The silence is golden, the freedom is sweet. So before explaining this, children, I will be writing the new words to you. So first, orphan. Orphan. So orphan means one who has no one to look after him or her. Okay, suppose if the parent is died, so nobody is there to look after the child. So this is the meaning of orphan. Roaming is wandering. To move here and there, roaming. Okay. Then pattern, design. What is the meaning of pattern, student? Design. Soft dust. Soft dust is soft sand. Okay. Soft dust is soft sand. Hushed is silent. Then children, bare feet without shoes. Freedom, independence. Okay, so these are some of the new words. Soft dust, soft sand. Hushed is silent. Bare feet is without shoes. And of course, freedom is independent. So children, now this dialogue is of Amanda. Again children, the mother was asking, did you finish your homework, Amanda? Did you tidy your room, Amanda? I thought I told you to clean your shoes, Amanda. But children, Amanda did not reply to her mother. Now children, I know no child like to be nagged or interfered, but what I feel, a child should respect their parents. They at least they can say that I'm busy in some work, something like that. But it was not with the case of Amanda. So children, as the time is over of this video class, so rest of the poem I will continue in my next class. Thank you and have a nice day ahead. Bye bye.